within it. And then of course OG, they're coming with a bit more flair. So I favor flair. I want to see Earthshaker do well. Unpicked at the major, but why does it have merit? OG show us right now.
Okay.
And in your region, Jenkins, you saw plenty of 4-position Hoodwink on MSS. Were you convinced by it?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I personally really like the Hoodwink. I think it's a really low cooldown stun. I think it's a really difficult hero to kill. It's a hero that can clear waves. It does all of the annoying things you want a 4-position to do, and then has a super low cooldown stun and a big nuke ulti. It's everything you want.
Yeah, and one of the difficulties of setting up have been mitigated because you've got stuns from Shaker, you've got Void Spirit, you've got Cold Embrace on the enemy team, so might see some successful sharp shooting being done, and might see some casting being done or heard by our remote casters of Capitalist and Kyle.
Nothing to say, nothing to say.
Thank you very much, Tsunami. That's right. We're going to be covering Virtus Pro versus OG. Kyle looking fine today, I see.
Yeah, we got a theme. Cap, what you doing, man? What is that?
I didn't really plan this out, to be honest. I didn't know I was supposed to wear sunglasses. You told me.
Well, I got the memo. Go check your email, dude. Even OG started.
Lose together, win
Well,
together, slay
and then
together,
maybe
stay
what
together,
OG
stay
has
together.
found out in their emails that apparently Earthshaker can be run again, not just as a 4 position.
30 seconds to battle.
No, that was in the spam folder. Unfortunately, they took it seriously and signed up.
Oh no. Are you saying this is a phishing attempt? And this is one of
Yes.
those scams who
They fell for it.
Nigerian prince offers, all you have to do is just send him $20,000 and he'll unlock an Earthshaker core for you?
You know, I don't want to speak too soon. I think when we approach TI time, Earthshaker kind of always comes back into the meta. But it's just not great against Wraith King. I think Timbersaw, even though it's open, is just nigh uncountered. Yeah, sure, Hoodwink has a break, but that's removable by a Lotus Orb or a Self-Heals. And I'm very concerned with the damage output of OG in this game if Thompson does not crush.
To be fair, when you're talking about Earthshaker countering Wraith King, you mean like in a general game sense. Doesn't Earthshaker do well in lane against Wraith King?
I mean, it's not terrible, but it depends on the build. I think you can beat him if you go for the like enchant aftershock style. But I don't know. Like when I've seen offlane Earthshaker work, that's how it was played. But I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know if that's what Seb's gonna do.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. He did get Fisher level 1 just to be able to block the opposing creep wave, so his creeps would hit power, making it hard for the Wraith King to do all that stuff. I'm gonna watch Saksa. Oh, nice bushwhack. Managed to pull save back in as he's trying to do this pulling of the creeps, and may end up dying here. He's gonna be run down river. If they can get another bushwhack.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, nice shot.
Loses his courier, but if he gets the kill,
Are you guys gonna play the game? Are you guys gonna
tried
play
to
the
move
game?
over to low ground. I think he thought he would be able to get 2 hits in. Not the case.
I'm a big save fan now after learning that I would be the person who wants to be stuck on a desert island with. So
That's all it
I'm quite
takes,
happy to escape. Yep. But we'll see. The Spectre top versus Timbersaw is an interesting lane. We saw this at the major quite a bit. They effectively just trade. No Tail's going to do a little bit to help zone, but you really just can't against Timber. Although the tri-lane may force DM away. At least for now. I mean, the safe lane tri-lane makes sense, but there's a huge creep wave now facing Sunel, and CP likely just going to come up here and duel 2-on-3. Clear the XP at least.
Yeah, seems like not a terrible idea, but between the Earthshaker offlane, he can Fisher off for himself, and then their only solution to this Timbersaw early is we'll see how much longer this lasts, though. Sumail getting plenty of last hits under tower. I went back and looked at some of the carries that he was playing for OG the last time he was on this roster, and it started off, he was playing all those, hard carries. Phantom Lancer, he was playing Spectre, but as time went on, he was playing more and more aggressive heroes. He started turning into Viking, Fury on City. DM may end up dying here. Thought he was going to be okay, and he will be. Lose most of his life, and they're extremely shoved out of lane.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Cap. I mean, we're probably not going to see it in this tournament, to be fair. I'm sure some strats are going to be saved. But looking at Sumail and the new OG, I really hope that by the time qualifiers roll around, they've got their special flavor, you know? But when you think about OG at TIs, they had pretty huge strategical edges. They had heroes nobody else could play. And I don't know if just putting Sumail on Ana's 4 heroes is really the best option for them as a roster.
Well, they at least got to be able to have the option.
I suppose, but Sumail, do you really see him as a Spectre player?
Maybe, but if the meta turns into you need to be able to play Phantom Lancer, Spectre, Warfling, like if you have to play hard carries in order to fit the patch, then by God, Sumail's gonna have to be that player, right?
Not your time.
I mean, we know we can morph. Spectre's is not really
Radiant structures are fortified.
bottom lane set.
Dire structures are fortified.
Taking a bit of damage, but it's just gonna go for the TP out. It's gonna be a close call, but he does manage to live. Mountain, so he'll have to take a walk. A bit of a walk back. Thompson and this mid matchup up against GPK has been awfully close, but it looks like GPK has secured a large number of 6 denies for the puck against a Void Spirit. You're supposed to have a CS advantage as Void Spirit, right?
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job. I mean, GPK is probably the best mid laner in CS right now. He's just played the lane quite well. I think he double waved him at the very start of the game. But the concern I have is that if you look at Seb's CS, he's a little behind. He's going for the Tranquil style, and yeah, he's got 2 points Aftershock, so he'll be playing more of this aggressive, like, up-in-your-face style. But when I see a enemy Wraith King with phase boots up already, I get very concerned for the life of my off-lane Shaker.
Seb once again trying to go on him as best he can. It looks like a straight magic wand blink dagger. Seb knows what he wants, and that is being able to start team fights as soon as possible. Good way to be able to deal with DPK, especially since DPK is having a good pinning phase. Having that instant disabled a large amount of burst damage is always preferable against a puck. Thompson turning around and fighting them a little bit. It's just
It's a very strange build. Okay, sorry, I for some reason didn't register he had a bottle. I'm like, what? He skipped bottle? But yeah, there's no way. Nobody does that.
That would be very weird. This patch of all things.
Yeah.
Plunger Blast not quite landing there on his step. Turns around, does manage to get a 2-man Fisher, no tail, and here to be able to help out. Actually does wake up the Wraith King. Nice push whack, but GPK offers more than enough damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, so far so good for VP. I'm looking at the OG lineup, and I'm finding some pretty big issues with their damage output. This is another storyline from the major, but if you think about it, Void Spirit, Earth, and Earthshaker, pretty much just XP-based damage, not really scaling too hard. Whereas on the side of VP, not only do you have really tanky heroes like Timber and Wraith King, but you've got sustain behind it. Bottom lane Step is likely dead.
Yeah, he's Nightfall. He could pop a reincarnation and probably slow him down and kill him, but they're not able to. Bushwhack is going to be able to hold in Kingslayer here. Cold Embrace not going to be able to TP out, so still off the game.
Step a little spooky there, but he did have a raindrop, so he would have been just fine if he caught that last blast.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
DM, I think.
Always has an army.
Does manage to catch GPK, just poking at him. And want the reactions he can afford.
Trouble is, Captain.
Dire's
Offlaner
top
disparity
tower
is
is
pretty
under
huge.
attack.
That's why we don't see the Earthshaker. Yeah, you can get this lane control back, but unlike Timbersaw, you can see it's just tanking tower and killing enemy safe lane. Earthshaker is now just sort of walking around with Tranquil boots.
Dire's top tower has
And
fallen.
yeah, you can sit in lane, but I fear that DM might just come down here at a point and start bullying him out.
Oh yeah. Yourself in the safe lane, that's what Timbersons typically want to be able to do, but he doesn't need to right now because Nightfall feels so unthreatened since he doesn't. life. Mid lane, they're going to try and jump on a Thompson here. And a way to be able to break the coil. This would be a lot easier, but it looks like they may run out of dispels here as just a little bit more damage, but he does manage to double jump away. Thompson survived.
OG doing a nice job. They've got raindrops on how many heroes? Only 3. Very valuable against the Puff specifically, along with the Wyvern. You get full reduction on any of their spells.
Regeneration!
Saber build for our Spectre. No early blade mail.
Dire's middle
we
tower
sometimes
is
see
under attack.
I don't want to speak too soon, Cap, but VP, we saw this all year long, and sure they underperformed at the main here, but like they're really far ahead when you consider the amount of map control that they have right now. And I don't see how OG start making moves until they have significantly more core items left.
Slayer's like, okay. If you want to suicide for that ward, the turnaround stomp, but it's Winter Black. Oh, the raindrop blocking the damage there. Okay, Echo Slam going down. No Tail still going to get chased down by Nightfall with a final crit. Does the trick. It's Slayer though is going to be left behind. Nightfall though, not too concerned. We'll just keep on pushing out the lightning again. They are not addressing this Wraith King, and they are not addressing
Dire's
this
middle
Timbersaw
tower
tile.
is under attack.
And do believe your
Dire's
concerns are
structures
well
are
warranted.
fortified.
Just VP, you know, when they looked rough, it was typically when they weren't able to do this kind of 3 lanes playing as sword. You know, it doesn't feel like any of the cores are really under any threat whatsoever. You can see all 3 populate the top of the net worth chart. And there's no natural playmaker on the side of OG in terms of either hero in the support duo. Yeah, Thompson can get involved, but again, the issue is, oh, hang on, no finger.
Again on Thompson, no finger, as you said. So once again, it feels like they may run out of damage here. Oh, up, there's the silence this time around to get him. But Sumail's going to show up for this fight immediately. Cold Embrace laid on to save. They're going to point blank stomp him. GPK has another round of spells coming in soon. This does not look good for OG whatsoever, especially now the DM is here. Sumail will manage to get
Radiant's
that 1
bottom
kill,
tower
yes.
is under attack.
Haste Rune will be able to get out, but still not look great, as now Virtus Pro are going to use this momentum on that mid tower while Nightfall is still farming.
I mean, Sumail has extra, otherwise I don't think he gets the kill or survives. A really nice movement from DM. He just shoves in top and just connects towards mid to guarantee this team can win that engagement. And now I love it. Yeah, he's got a hood who just tanks power. They offensive flip. You're gonna push with this catapult and secure tier 1 mid. And like you said, bottom lane, Nightfall, he has a relic and 600
Dire's
gold.
middle tower
He's just
is under
chilling.
attack.
I don't know, man. OG's getting and they legitimately just look like they can't. This curse is gonna set up a double kill, most likely with Chakram through.
I don't know how to strategically analyze this one.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
VP just kind of casually collecting kills and towers. Now very, very far ahead in the net worth. We're going to check the replay. Yeah, Kingslayer just uses his button. He says, oh, hey, those 2 heroes are on top of each other.
Radiant's courier has been
And then
killed.
my Timber will kill both, because they're both strength heroes that were actually, in the case of Shaker, last pick to my Timber.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Nightfall's gonna move up to the top lane, but he's gonna have Relic now. Radiance expected in just a minute. There's gonna be no space left on the map for OG to be able to farm. I mean, it's a good thing they have very active heroes, and they only want the Spectre farming.
Invisibility!
Well, I think there's only going to be space for Spectre. Zeb still needs to that is one thing. Is Zeb definitely needs the blink first. They're gonna go for the shot. Zethan killed the Lion, but now the male has been baited into a nasty position. He's gonna lose his life from the finger.
Dire's
And,
middle tower is under
7-3,
attack.
5,000 net worth in. I mean, 5K is a lot for sure. But we've seen teams come back from that. The problem is that I'm not even
Radiant's middle
concerned
tower
OG
is
don't
under
even
attack.
scale that well besides.
Radiant's bottom
I don't know,
tower
Cap.
is under attack.
I like how I've noticed you've started to pace your words slower.
Dire's middle tower is under
Because
attack.
they're really it's just brutal right now. I'm watching.
Are you trying to say that we need to slow down our commentary because there's not anything to say? And so we just speak things out? What?
Exactly.
Wow, I love you, but you're an idiot.
What?
Kart's bottom lane Kingslayer. He needs a TP in, and he's gonna have one. DM actually faking the TP is not gonna complete that one. So Sumail can still go for this dive, but OG have yet to pick up a kill anywhere in this. They're not gonna, or tower kill rather. They're not gonna be able to take bottom lane. It seems like Kingslayer's still gonna hang out. See if there's going to be a rotation in from Bro. I mean, if I'm VP, I don't want to give them anything. Once again, Kingslayer going to go for the Arctic Burn away. He's going to pop the Haunt. He's not going to be able to kill the Winter Wyvern. I'm not sure where he's planning on going with this one, but okay, he's going to stay on top of Kingslayer. The break does actually hit. Sharpshooter onto the puck, brings him a little bit low. Save is now here. He's going to be able to kill Seth. No Tail and Sumail are going to try and run down this puck. They don't really have any lockdown between the two of them. A little bit of damage here. JPK does a lot of damage over to Sumail and turns around. DM is able to finish him off. JPK gets away from the bushwhack. He's going to be okay. No Tail and Pancake. Sumail is going to fall behind. Well, sure enough, yeah. Virtus Pro, they don't even bring Nightfall to the engagement. Even though he had his Radiance, he decides, my team's got this one. I'm just gonna push out mid.
I just want to clarify for the viewers at home. I'm a huge fan of Sumail and a proud owner of one of the only 10 Sumail liquid jerseys ever printed. But with that said, him and the boys are getting absolutely thrashed right now, Captain. This game is 4-on-5. Nightfall is 1-0-1. He's just chilling in the jungle. He's flying whatever he wants. DPK now with the blink. I don't know. Now there's an Echo Saber on top. I'm not sure. I know it's the item of the pack, but I don't know if the double attack is really going to create enough of a game-breaking situation here to help turn this around. However, Seb has a Blink Dagger, maxed out Aftershock. That could do it. He's the X Factor now for his squad.
He's going to have some sort of anti-ultimate in this game. Thompson with the Echo Saber does mean that when you Astral Step through, it does proc the flow.
Dire's bottom tower is under Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Step slow, they actually don't move. But yeah, I'm going to agree with you there that it's not really changing.
7K at 16 minutes. This is typically when VP looks good. I was always with them ahead. Part of their issues in those international lands have been they weren't allowed to get this far ahead. And I love Nightfall just solo TPing in top, doesn't care who might be there. Full vision up, but
very concerned about this one. He may lose his first life here. The coil's going to go out, locking down Thompson. Thompson can't be able to finish off the first life. Won't be able to get it. Now Soxa is running away from Save, who missed his first life. Soxa through the trees, knowing that DM wouldn't be able to pursue quite as easily, will manage to get out, but I'm not sure what exactly that idea was. Maybe they were hoping that Virtus Pro would 5-man up and Seb would be able to. Virtus Pro pretty cautious in some of their moves, keeping their spacing nicely. He does manage to hit that Ghost Slam. There's always Kingslayer with the rebuttal. Similar combo breaking ultimate.
How harsh am I allowed to do that?
As harsh as you want.
Radiant are scanning.
The Wraith King has a Radiant and a built-in Aegis map. They use a lot of spells. I watched Hoodwink channel an ultimate and Astral in. There's
Are you
nothing.
saying that move was dumb?
It was really dumb, Cap. Very dumb. Not the kind of move that you expect to see out of players of this caliber, especially up against heroes like fucking Lion, even Wyvern, right? Any of these three waiting in the wings or just late peeking in, it's going to be an immediate turnaround, specifically on a hero like Void Spirit, who, again, has an Echo Saber, rather than any
is under
cleansing
attack.
silence, dealing
Radiant's
additional
bottom
magical
tower
damage,
is
perhaps
under
an
attack.
Ags for some sort of team fight. You know, an earlier Orchid I could have seen.
Yeah, an earlier Orchid would have
Radiant's
been
bottom
nice.
tower
Kill
is
the
under
Puck,
attack.
or
Yeah.
maybe assassinate
Radiant
some of the
structures
supports,
are
but
fortified.
as is, you don't have it.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
can't even like hunt down the lion aggressively. Or he can off if
Yep.
he gets hacked, then he's probably dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, well they will finally get tier 1 tower here. Samael is being
Radiant's
gifted
bottom
this
tower
one. The
has
rest of
fallen.
Virtus Bow not gonna back up. Or
Dire's
too
middle
busy
tower is under
the
attack.
map, setting up for 2 push, perhaps.
Dire's
Trying
top
to
tower
chase
is under
Saksa
attack.
into a position where save can. Slack going down, no tail following up with the stomp.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now what?
Dire's top tower.
Tier 2 falls, and OG runs away.
Hang on. Step. Step's
Okay.
got the blink.
The long walk around. Thompson, oh, they're gonna be able to find him on. They're gonna go for the kill on the stage. Get off the hangs, but the Spectre managed to finish him off first. They do
Yeah,
manage to
both
kill the
support.
2 supports. First things first. That is the right way for OG to be able to win a fight. Napstet to show himself. Be careful around 19. Thompson, but eventually, he does kill Saksa in return. Here comes Sip. Does make it on. They finish him off. They do. Thompson able to follow that up well. Thompson is out, and it looks like it's now up to 7. Samael trying to cover each other's track to get back to the base. Unfortunately, Seb not making it out alive. Nightfall is just completely undeterred and unstalled out in every single one of these fights. And people banging on them until they die.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty solid fight from OG. Their only real way to make an engagement would be as they did, kill off both supports. The trouble is, the Wraith King and Timber, they're simply unkillable at this phase of the game. They're much too strong. But all in all, a pretty solid team fight. And, you know, Sumel is closing in on his Manta. Just the Desolate maxed out will be a very important tool if they try and kill a hero like Timbersaw later on. And Seb, he chose to go to the solo pup rather than the 2 strength force, but I think it was the right move. But they do finish that kill on GPK, who I think has also made the right choice here. You can see he's got queued up and Neon did. Really, all he fears is that Shaker combination. So just live through. You'll be certain to get all of your spells up. Now an Orchid as well on the voice grid. That's something to fear. Good coil.
So
Radiant's
they
middle tower is under attack.
Roshan, but they can't do anything about it. Which leads me to wonder, what's the point of scanning at all? Like, I mean, posted them to the stomp, but ultimately,
the Orchid.
The Orchid is going to be able to catch out GPK. He dies. OG with a big kickoff there. Maybe they can't contest Roshan with Virtus Pro, overextending themselves. The push back in Saksa, though. Not going to be able to find any follow-up from his ally.
The thing is, since they took this outpost, it becomes so much easier for VP to control the Roshan pit. You know, GPK now has an incredible location to teleport into. In addition, it gives them that vision and control. So, how does OG actually enter the pit when you consider there's not just 2 wards, but other structure providing map control? So they're going to need some kind of smoke maneuver. Echo up in 10. Jamel's Haunted is ready. Not out of this, you know, we've been meaning a little bit, but OG, go! They just have to kill.
Setup, right? No Tail gets a really aggressive mid-point
Radiant's
down.
bottom
You want to be
tower
able to
is
find
under
GPK.
attack.
They know he's TPing in. GPK is smart. They know he TPs far to the left-hand side. Very safe position. When they wouldn't be able to see him coming
Radiant's
in.
bottom tower is
They're
under
going to smoke
attack.
themselves on over. Stomp's going to be able to hit DM. Meanwhile, Roshan is easy to finish first. OG far enough away. Not going to be there to contest the Aegis. Up, Samael. Every chase after here is going to go ahead and pop the Hawks. They see Bot went Winter's Curse immediately put on. Oh no, he tried to jump back to Kingslayer. Now he's going to be in serious trouble as the foil follow up the 3-man combo as well. The trying to pull back with a bunch of damage, and Samael still coiled up, is going to snap himself there. 3 cores dying for OG as they all in committed for kills that they got.
Steady for PP.
Hopefully we have that stage.
Dire's middle
I can
tower is
certainly
under
point
attack.
to an impact play from that last engagement as Seb blinks in to the Winter's Curse and then gets absolutely obliterated by DM on the Timbersaw. Really nice 3-click market from Thompson. He prevented Save's initiation, but got a bit greedy and tried to blow up the Wyvern with no actual stun or disable, and he just ulted. And from there, VP crushed the fight.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We're gonna
really
check
well
it
done
out.
by Kingslayer.
Dire's
We'll watch
middle
this
tower
one again.
is
They
under attack.
jump him, and Thompson, I think, in a way, has the right idea.
There's Seb.
Yeah, he points into the AoE. He saw a 2-man echo, and instead links a little bit too close to that Winter's Curse. That groups them all up. Oh, hell yeah. For ourselves. British Pro certainly don't have any lack of.
See, the line has been drawn. Save giving the arrow and telling his team they're in their base, we will kill them shortly. But yeah, that was a 3-man lion stun, foil, violence, and a round
Radiant
of timber
structures
spells.
are fortified.
Very tough to live through that.
What do you think about Winter Wyvern's success at Samael? Hidden? Keep it secret? Keep it oh no, he's found foil. He's gonna try and snap it or run through the trees here, and he's gonna follow up some from Nightfall. He's flamethrower also slowing him down there. Seems like a whole fire forest is gonna be going up. 14,000 network feed. At this point, it feels like we're waiting for Burns Pro
Dire's
to close out.
structures are fortified.
Oh yeah, I mean DM with his signature flamethrower, as previously seen in the 14th of McCluskey. And
Dire's
Thompson has just gone
bottom
in,
tower is
but
under attack.
there were multiple heroes there. He's in trouble.
Unfortunately, the Bushwhack not quite latching on to save. Finger put Thompson in his place. He dared to get a little bit too aggressive. Zaxa also going to be found here. Nevermind, Bushwhack first before saves to get the table out. Still though, hard for this Hood Wave to be able to get away safely. Blind Earthspeak is going to be able to find that kill on Zaxa. Meanwhile, Nightfall having some
Dire's bottom tower is under
tail.
attack.
He's trying to stall this bottom tier 2 push. Apparently doesn't need any allies. They're showing 3 heroes at top, but it doesn't matter. He's still playing with on the tier 2. He knows that OG is right.
This has been one of the more
has fallen.
relaxing carry matches that you'll see. Once again, check out the play as it appears he died. Oh, they got saved.
Radiant's
Mid lane.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
For OG, if they can get out, but they're well for way said we'll manage to buy out a BKB as he died. So at least they'll have that. $17K gold lead, Cat. OG have been in this situation before. Once a draft like this, they may find themselves in this situation again. But let's not count them out. Yeah, what was when you were down by this one? Pretty often. What would you tell your?
I'd say, guys, you know, it's not over. Keep fighting.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We would lose the game anyway. But
that wasn't a very inspiring.
Dire's middle tower
I was not great at the motivation in games like this. It was one of my
Dire's
weaknesses.
middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Well, British Pro is just going to take that mid tower because Nightfall is
Dire's
literally
middle
been like
barracks is fallen.
ignoring 90% of the hero kills in this game. It's just like, I'm going to farm, I'm going to get objectives, and we're going to end this game as quick as possible.
Pretty much. I mean, shout out to DM. Gets the tri lane, bodies his lane anyway. Takes the first hour in the game.
Dire's top tower has
Pretty
fallen.
much plays a typical Timbersaw. And maybe they next game, maybe try out the quad lane. Because stopping this man's Timber was something no team in the Eastern European region could figure out. Not just season 1 of the DPC, but also season 2.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks
What
has
is it
fallen.
about Virtus Pro, man? Online matches look like one of the best teams in the world, and then they just go to these.
This is my shot.
Well, that's a little harsh. Although, interestingly enough, they did get, I believe it was a 2-1 against Vici Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, in the bottom half of that lower bracket. What's crazy about that is that if they win that series, Nigma goes to CI, and Vici doesn't.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Nigma has 6-7. They would have made it, but Vici surpassed them with that win and got into top 8 from there.
Trying to find save. Using the north to kill on it. He's going to be able to save. Turn around and take the first shaker jumping in. Wizard's first. Stops him from being able to get off a combination here. DCK aligned through it all is able to harass the back lines with Nightfall charging in. Got the tables too to make sure Thompson's back.
Effort for nothing.
33-10. I think this game has been kind of over. I mean, Dota 1 is like a 9